A reporter this week finally asked Donald Trump the question that reporters should have been asking him for the last week and a half, and that is your name on that Epstein list? Are you listed in those Epstein files? And upon hearing this question, Donald Trump didn't say, no, I am not in the files. He went on this long rambling response where he ultimately said that Barack Obama, James Comey, and Joe Biden actually created the Epstein files, which again is a pretty big admission that yes, obviously your name is in there, but you also didn't deny it. So here is what happened. The reporter asked, has Bondi told you that your name is in the files? And he says, she's given us just a very quick briefing. In terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, it's going to be up to her, talking about Bondi. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Today, our memo speaks to itself. We'll get back to you on anything else. I haven't seen all of Trump's statement today. Actually, that was Bondi saying that. Sorry. But either way, are you in the Epstein list? And he's like, she's only given us a quick briefing. So you don't know. So there's a chance you could be in the list. And I think there's a 100% chance you are on the list. The correct answer to that question, regardless of what the real answer is absolutely not. Like any politician, any normal person, when asked, are you on that Epstein list? They should immediately say, oh God, no. No, that's a silly question. We have seen Donald Trump berate reporters for far less than that. This time, he didn't even have the wherewithal to do that. He didn't lash out at this reporter and say, that's a stupid question, you're an evil person, like he did when somebody asked him about the flood response, which was a valid question. This time he's like, well, I haven't talked to Bondi. She's going to do what she's going to do. By the way, these were created by Obama, Comey, and Biden. Now, just a couple days ago, it was Obama, Clinton, and Biden. So now I guess Hillary Clinton is not involved in the creation of these, and it was Comey instead. Yeah, that makes total sense, by the way. So his non-denial, I personally am going to take as an admission that, yeah, I'm in the files. His insistence that these were created by his liberal enemies who hate him is also a pretty big red flag that, yeah, I'm probably in the files. Here's the thing. He wants us to think, he wants his base to think, he wants the world to think that these files were, of course, created by his Democratic enemies. And I'm here to tell you right now, as somebody that covered the Epstein story, not just when he got rearrested in 2019, but the original one going back to 2006. With Ring of Fire, we were about the only outlet in the country other than local news outlets in South Florida that talked about this. And the reason, of course, is because with Mike Papantonio, with Ring of Fire, he was good friends with the people trying the case. So we knew about it. We knew what was being made public. We were given some of those public documents that the rest of the media totally ignored. And I still have some of those documents. Some of them might shock you. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I actually still have all of those files, which includes, by the way, Epstein's little black book. I have those sitting on a computer in my office. I haven't been to the office in quite a while. I will go up there sometime in the next week. I will get that. I will download them and I will sit here and go through it with you. How about that? Let's have a little fun with it, right? But anyway, as I said, we were covering it at the time. But what was the date I gave you on that? What year? 2006 was when Epstein first had his sham of a trial that gave him, about 12 months of, supervised release, essentially. Nobody cared about it. Nobody talked about it. But we did, and we knew what was happening. So then Epstein gets out, goes back to his life, keeps partying with these friends, still doing all the horrible things he already got convicted of. And then he gets rearrested in 2019. Who was president in 2006 during the first one? George W. Bush. Who was president of the United States running the DOJ during the second one? Donald Trump. So there is no humanly possible way, given the timelines, that Obama, Comey, or Biden could have created this so-called list or put together these files. All of the Epstein files were put together by Republican-run departments of justice under W. Bush and under Trump. So anybody who tells you, well, Comey and Obama and Biden did it, show them the goddamn timelines. The timelines prove that it's impossible for those other people to do it. And the reason I bring up the 2006 and that nobody was talking about it, the Obama DOJ would not have had the foresight to take a story that nobody noticed, create a bunch of files hoping that in 10 years people were going to clamor for them. That's not a possibility. So Trump is lying. If anybody created the files, it would have been his Department of Justice because they're the ones who brought the charges in 2019. He created the damn files, folks. And he's out there trying to convince you that it's some liberal plot when the whole thing happened under Republicans. Hell, y'all should be bragging about the fact that y'all finally brought him to justice. But you're not. And that kind of tells us something different altogether. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform. That, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.